This is hilarious.
A shout out to our brother. He summed it up just right. He a black farmer doing what he's supposed to do, and he not crying. Now, they've always talked about black people. Oh, you black people, you blacks, the blacks, right? Oh, you always on welfare, and you need to work hard and get off of the system. And the whole time, they the one been the welfare king and queen. They been getting all that money from the government. If their crops go bad, the government will pay for it. If the crops go good, they still gonna give us more money. They have been getting welfare forever, and Trump and them cutting the welfare off, right? They always talk about, America's a capitalist system and all that, because giving people money from the government is actually a form of socialism. That's not free market capitalism. And what they're doing is, to you farmers out there, you white farmers, is you have to have free market capitalism. That's when people say that's what you voted for Trump because of all the things he says he's gonna do for farmers. Well, he actually helping you, because you're supposed to be free market capitalists. You're supposed to be taking all these handouts from the government when it's supposed to stop. Listen, you can't be just subsidized forever. Just like if nobody can't sit on food stamps forever, if nobody can sit on Section 8 forever, then why you think you can just sit on government subsidies forever? Why? Why are you crying? You've been getting it for years. Black farmers haven't been getting crap, and they've been figuring it out. See, one thing about our people, we figure it out because we don't have nothing given to us from the government. Nothing. Y'all have been so privileged and have the nerve to look down at black people, a black woman, a black single mother that want to get some food stamps. Y'all getting hundreds of thousands, sometimes millions of dollars from the government. But you mad that she got $500 of food stamps? Or you mad because she got some Section 8?
As a black farmer, it is hilarious when I hear white farmers complain about how they're losing their government subsidies and how they can't support their farms. My farm is closing down. Y'all acting just like a hoe acts like when their sugar daddy moves away, You start crying because he don't leave that light bill money on the freaking nightstand he used to, huh? No, stop crying. Stop bitching. Your people have had centuries of a head start on black farmers. And yet, for some reason, every other video that I seen on damn Farm Talk, the farm side of freaking TikTok, I'm seeing white farmers bitching, whining, and complaining. Excuse me, my people couldn't even read at one point. So why in the hell am I doing less bitching than you? You've been given everything. Imagine being so privileged that you're sitting on stolen land crying, "Daddy government, come save me. I can't afford to pay for my stolen land." Damn!
So I was on YouTube and I came across this video claiming that white farmers are outraged that black people do not want to work on their farms. And I thought it was fake because I was like, this has to be like clickbait or whatever. So I searched and I came across Facebook, and y'all, the comments were wild. I still wasn't sure if it was real. So I tried to go to the staffing agency's website, and y'all, apparently so many people went to their website that the website crashed. So I figured, okay, maybe this is actually real. So they're basically offering $11 an hour to pick blueberries, 9 to 10 hours a day, 7 days a week, from May to July in Louisiana heat. Now, I never heard of Laranger, so I decided to look it up real quick. So here's some info. And just so you know, my source is this website called places.us.com. So anyway, livability is a C-. Population is less than 6,000. Demographics is almost 91% white, followed by black, then Hispanic, then Indian, then Asian, and pretty much zero Hawaiian. I saw that they voted Republican in 2020, but it probably doesn't take a genius to guess how they voted in 2024. So that's just to give you a little info about the town. So anyway, back to what I was saying. So $11 an hour is what they're offering. Full-time, 7 days a week, 9 to 10 hours a day. Now, according to salary.com, Louisiana's minimum wage is $7.25 an hour. So this is a bump. But let's be real. Now, for some people, they might say, oh, it's a job. Go work it. It's a job. But it's not a job, It's more like a sentence. And then when you look at who they expect to take these jobs, you don't have to guess. It's a page straight out of history. Black folks, migrant workers, the ones who are currently facing deportation right now, vulnerable communities getting used for back-breaking labor for pennies. But people are saying this is what they voted for. So what do you think? Is it FAO season or what?
So I know I was talking about, the Latino vote before. The Viva vote for Donald Trump. Okay, well, let's get on to the white folks. The white farmers. So, word is out now that the white farmers voted for Donald Trump because they thought they were going to get Black Americans in the fields. Because they also thought Black folks did not have jobs. So when we put this all together, somehow the white farmers were convinced that Black folks don't have jobs. We don't work. we don't work. And so they voted for Donald Trump because they thought, okay, he gonna send them in the fields. So Donald Trump and them, with their whole Project 2025, said, okay, so we got to make this happen. So we got to cut these DEI stuff, all this DEI stuff, to put Black Americans out of work. When in reality, they put a bunch of white folk out of work just to get Black folks out of work. And so all these cuts that are happening are to try and harm Black Americans so much till they think that we're going to go into the fields. Now, when you think about that, that makes you double back and see why they want the Latinos out. Because the Latinos, right, to them, they are reproducing entirely too fast, okay? And so they're like, we got to get them out of here because Black Americans don't reproduce as fast as the Latinos. And so if we could get them out, then the Black Americans can take their place in the field. This is for real. And so now you double back to the Black jobs. They're taking your job. Yes, you got to double back to what he said. They're taking Black jobs, y'all. Like, they have all this down. Like, they have all this whole circle. So now let's go back to the farmers if you're still with me, okay? Because the white farmers, that's what they believed was going to happen. So if y'all got all that straight, this is the message to the white farmers. The last thing you want is for Black Americans to be in your fields. Don't let the devil fool you. As a matter of fact, you might want to let the devil fool you to see what's going to happen. Well, I'm trying to tell you, the last thing you ever going to want is Black Americans in your fields. Nah, I'm going to let you fill in the blank on that one. And this goes to show that they will go to any lengths. Remember I said that, first of all, we had the Latinos, some Latinos, not all of them, just them Cuban ones, talk about you're next, right? To Black Americans. So they thought we was immigrants. Okay. And so now we have the white farmers who are still living in the 1700s, thinking back to glory days, quote unquote. They thought with their vote, we were going to the fields. So you got one group thinking they gonna kick us out of here, and you got another group of people thinking that we going to the fields. Now this right here is a real mental problem because people are literally stuck. I'm telling y'all, people are stuck in the 1700s when they think about Black Americans, okay? I'm telling you, their thought process, they sit around probably campgrounds and picnics and stuff and talk about how can we make this happen? That was their heyday. I'm telling you, when that freaking plantation house burned down in Louisiana, I think, right? That was their heyday. Now, I'm trying to tell you, that was their heyday. day when that plantation house down in Louisiana got torched, okay? I'm telling you, that broke them. But I just want to, you know what? I want to teach them a little bit more history if I have your attention, right? If I have your attention, right? This is some history that a lot of people don't know, okay? But y'all didn't know Black Americans had white servants? Y'all ain't know that? I mean, it wasn't widespread or anything like that, but we had white servants. Yeah, and they wanted to be our servants because they needed work. They were coming over from Europe. Yeah, and they were docile too. Yeah, they were docile, and Black Americans, the aristocrats, the wealthy ones, because they were wealthy ones. Okay, they had white servants. So I don't know if y'all ever see them pictures. Let me find a picture. I couldn't find a picture. I wasn't gonna go back and try to find a picture, but if you can watch videos, you'll be able to find a picture of possibly some black people in the horse-drawn carriages, and there may be someone white as the horseman or the coach. I'm not sure what you call them, coachman or whatever. Yeah, he worked for them. Yes, indeed. It was a big thing. It was a big thing, when everybody began to see in the early 1900s, what? Black Americans, they use the other word. Black Americans have white servants. Yeah, that's a bit of history they don't like to put on TV. And the reason for it is because they were like, okay, they had white people here that they could hire, and they also had black people here that they could hire. But they felt that the white people from Europe were so docile, and they were less expensive. Now, they weren't the only ones who thought that. The wealthy white people thought that too. The wealthy white people were like, yeah, we like the docile immigrant white people. They're a lot cheaper. They take less money. Yeah, so there's a bit of history for you. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, it was like that. Oh yeah, because they knew they would have to pay Black Americans a lot more. Lot more. So they always went for the immigrant. And see, when the Black Americans hired the white immigrants, they were like really like, yes, we will do it. Yes, we will do it. Because they want to stay in America. Here's the difference. Here's the difference though. Black Americans didn't mistreat them. They didn't mistreat them at all. But anyway, that's just a little side note. But yeah, to the white farmers again, this is the last thing you want. The last thing you want is for Black Americans to be out in your fields. The last thing you want. Trust and believe. And next time, you know what? Stop basing your vote on how to harm Black Americans, because you're going to end up running into that wall that's going to tumble. Okay? That's what's going to end up happening. Stop doing that. All of you do it. Like, all of you. You had the conservative Asian Americans coming through with the whole Ivy League school. We don't want Black Americans there. Then you had the I will vote for Donald Trump Cubans, okay, who were thinking, okay, you're next, okay? Okay, we're not immigrants, so we're not next. And now we have the white farmer who thought that they were going to get the Black Americans in the fields. And then this is all off of Project 2025. So now look where you got America. Look where you got the United States of America. And a lot of people say, why Black Americans think everything revolves around them? No, y'all think everything revolves around us because y'all make everything revolve around us. Y'all stuff coming out.
Well, I did it again, damn it. Went down that damn rabbit hole, and it was fun. Because I strolled down this hole of farmers that are mad because they're about to lose their farm. Because that federal grant money hasn't shown up yet. And they don't know what to do. And all of them crying. But damn it, in every freaking video, all of them, and I mean all of them, except for maybe one or two, all of them voted for Trump. So why are you complaining is my question. You voted for this. You asked for this stupidity. You complaining that you about to lose your farm because you voted for a man who told you what he was going to do. But that's your freaking fault. Because you voted for your whiteness instead of voting your heart. Because you didn't want to see that black lady in office. So you voted for that white man. And you knew he was a crook. You knew he was a thief. You knew he was going to do all the dumb shit because you've seen it before. But you mad because you're about to lose your farm. Some of them crying. This land been in my family forever. Yeah. Because it was given to you a long, long time ago. And I ain't crying. And I ain't mad. And I don't care. Because that's what you get for voting for your whiteness. You voted for your whiteness instead of voting for the proper person that you knew was good for that job. But you wanted that man in office that bad. You didn't want her in office. You can't say you voted for the lesser of two evils. You voted his color, not his character. And before we get off of this, y'all know what to do. Hit the heart, share the video, do what we do. This TikTok, damn it. You knew better, but you did it. See, this land that y'all got for free, that's been passed down through the generations, that we didn't get our 40 acres of the mule. So why are we going to be mad because you about to lose yours? This is by design. All of those corporations are buying up farmland across the freaking country. This is on purpose. But you've yet to realize that. Kamala had you saved. The money was appropriated. It was there. But you had to vote for Trump. You knew what he was. You knew what kind of guy he is. But you voted your color. And you thought you was going to get that privilege. But now you understand. If you ain't worth 7, 8 figures, he don't give a shit about you. Or your cousin, or your sister, your auntie. Nobody. Now you look like me to him. Because you ain't got it like that. So, I'm sorry you about to lose your land. But I really don't give a damn. Because you knew better. All of you. But you wanted to vote for your privilege and your color instead of who was deserving and who was better. So blame yourself. Blame your neighbor. Blame the people down the street. It ain't our fault. It's on you.
Them farmers really thought we was going back to them fields. They really thought we was going back to them fields. You know what? My mother was the first generation on her mother's side not to be brought up on a plantation. Not to be brought up on a plantation. That's what I said. My grandfather had a 3rd grade education, but he left my mama 2 houses, property in the bank, property and money in the bank, with a 3rd grade education. And guess what? He worked in fields. My great grandmother worked in fields and cut that cane just like a man. You hear me? And if you think that Eddie Lewis and Victoria C. Jones and all the rest of my ancestors bust their tail in them fields for us to go back to the fields, absolutely not. That's not progress. We're trying to heal from ancestral trauma. We're trying to heal from that. That ain't happening. That produce could rot in them fields before we go back to them fields. They need to let them know that.
And a lot of wisdom from the elder. He say never sell the land.
Never sell the land. And don't never, ever give up in what you believe, and don't never give up in the fight. If you give up, you lose. If you stay in the fight, you got a chance to win.
Black Farmers Association, right?
Blackfarmers.org. You're looking at the founder and president, the man who won $11 million over the course of 40 years.
I saw somebody's TikToks and they said that on Twitter, farmers were saying that they thought after workers were deported that Black people would come to work on their farms.
News out of Texas. And if this is happening in Texas, this is happening elsewhere. I'll put the link to the article in the description. Multiple farms are shutting down due to lack of workers because the entire...
Hey, you know, one more thing about that farm thing. Those farmers complaining about how the Trump's trade war is hurting farms. And not just China, even though China no longer buys U.S. beef, that's gone to Brazil. They no longer buy U.S. soybeans. They don't buy a bunch of other agricultural products from us because they can source them elsewhere. And these farmers are all over these apps whining and crying that they didn't think it would hurt them. And please, Mr. Trump, I voted for you 3 times and all this kind of bootlicking kind of BS. The other thing about that is, like I said in my other video, excuse me, there's a particular relationship Black people and farms in this country, and you know exactly what I'm talking about. The other thing is, do you remember during the Biden-Harris administration, their administration worked out a settlement with Black farmers to pay them back pay for excluding them from bailout money that they were entitled to. The money only went to white farmers. And so Black farmers, that's the way it is in this country, had to sue to get their fair share. And after years of court wrangling in the courts and everything, it was finally settled and Black farmers were going to get their due. Sorry, my allergies. And you know why they didn't get their due? Sorry about that. Because white farmers sued to block the government settlement that they had made with Black farmers. And white farmers sued saying that the white farmers, were being discriminated against for not getting some of the Black settlement money. The Black settlement money was because only white farmers got some of the initial bailout money, not Black farmers. That's how twisted it is. So to the white farmers online whining about loss of business, threats to having their farms shut down and shut off, I say, fare thee well, good sirs. Fare thee well. You got what you got. You get what you get. You don't pitch a fit. You voted for Donald Trump, and you know what? He is working you over because the big conglomerates, some I hear I've read are owned by J.D. Vance or his companies, are about to buy up your land for pennies on the dollar. And you're going to be one picking those blueberries for $11 an hour, 7 days a week, for 10 hours a day. Literally, how you like them apples?
Baby, I know the white farmers did not think that if all those Hispanic people got deported, that the Black people were going to come back to the fields. Who? Baby, I can't even keep a plant alive in my house. I definitely ain't about to go out there and do no bag breaking work for no money. Bitches, you stupid? If your farm fails, that's on you. No welfare for you. No socialism for you. You're just going to have to go back to work. Get you a 9 to 5 down to the Walmart. But the Blacks, oh, we're not doing that. No, absolutely not. Are you fucking... I don't even have anything else to say other than that clearly could not be what they thought. Ain't no way.
I saw some of these TikToks and they said that on Twitter, farmers were saying that they thought after workers were deported that Black people would come to work on their farms. Oh,
Shout out to all the country boys, farmers, everybody outside today, fishermen, everybody. One of the things that brings me to the great outdoors, not just the heat and all that, but sometimes you get surprises and celebrations. Today, I got here and I got 2 new baby calves right there. Oh man, that does something to a farmer or rancher. When you see a little success or productivity, now I got to get these 2 fellas up to the size of their mom. But man, the reason I come out here and deal with the heat and the sweat and the hard grind is for moments like this. So it's middle class Matt. I'm outside and nature is too.
So I just pulled up at the first day of the Black Farmers Market here in Lancaster, South Carolina. I'm about to get out of my car and let's see what this is all about.
Hello, everybody. I want to welcome you to Green Intentions Farmers Market, where we uplift Black farmers and women farmers. This is establishing legacy for our community and for our people. We are in acknowledgement of Juneteenth, a celebration of Freedom's Day, and Freedom Day has a lot to do with economy, and we need to make sure we keep a circular economy in our community. And so I celebrate those who come, those who farm, those who cherish land. Land ownership is where it is, and so we must move forward and cherish our land and keep our land and our family. That's what generational wealth is about. So please keep the land and come visit us at Green Intentions. We're every third Saturday of the month for the rest of the year. So please come support.
Every third Saturday, y'all heard it. This is Mr. Tarek. He was excited to meet the kids and the kids were excited to meet him.
Mark Miller in Camden, South Carolina. I'm the owner and operator of ERS Farms and Produce. Know who grows it, know where it comes from. I am a 4th generation farmer. I'm an alumni of South Carolina State University, class of 2005. I teach agriculture at Marshville, North Carolina. Today we're just out here just trying to give back to our communities, growing fresh vegetables. I'm glad that everybody is able to come. Hello out there on Facebook world. We'll be here. Hey, just enjoy this beautiful Saturday. And if you would love to, like I said, we're out here till the rest of this afternoon. Come get you some fresh plants.
Thank you.
Thank you for this wonderful opportunity.
Oh, yes, no problem. Thank you. Next, we have Brother Wally. I actually learned about Brother Wally through Miss Kimberly Massey. She's an author and she actually authored his book. So anyway, Brother Wally invited my children and I to his farm on tomorrow. So we have a little field trip and I will definitely record that. Veteran owned, locally grown Kershaw.
We are a micro urban farm in the town of Kershaw.
Micro urban farm.
So we are less than 2 acres small.
Okay.
And we're right in town of Kershaw, South Carolina.
We got to start somewhere.
Yes. And this is my husband, Herman Heath.
Hey. Herman?
Yes, ma'am. Herman Heath.
Herman Heath. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, too. I'm Adrian Heath.
Okay.
And this is our retirement dream.
Wow. I love that.
Thank you for watching Great Minds Blacks.